welcome back to my channel. Long time no see. Yeah, I've been super off, but I've realized that more people have come over to become my fam and I wanted to like welcome you. Also, I got a piercing and I love it. It's everything that I expected it to be. So I just wanted to say that. I don't know if you guys would like me to talk a little bit about my experience with septum piercing, but if you do, just let me know and I'll do it. But for today, we're gonna do a battle of the concealers, and for this time, we're gonna be doing the OG Tarte Creaseless Concealer, which is a big love of mine. This was the first video that I ever did battling concealers, and it has honestly remained as one of my favorites. The one that I seem to go back to for the same purpose of this one is the Rare Beauty concealer. And I thought, since these two are the most used concealers of mine whenever I'm going out, I thought, why not figure out which one's best? So if you guys are interested and you want to know which one of the two wins the battle, then just keep watching. What I typically go for when it comes to these two concealers is something that's gonna cover up completely my under eyes and just look good, hydrating, pretty much just something that makes me look perfect, but like it's not there because I typically like very natural makeup. That's typically what I go for. Now, I'm gonna talk to you both as per usual about both concealers, how much they cost, how much they weigh, and then just go right into trying them on. The first one will be the Tarte. So I've spoken about the Tarte before. This is what it looks like. It's beautiful packaging. And this brings 0.22 ounces if I'm not crazy, and it costs $26. Now, this concealer became my everything because it's so hydrating. I have very dry under eyes, so hydrating, so full coverage, and it's just, you know, everything I ever wanted in a concealer. Okay, so I'm gonna give you a brief summary of what the Sephora site says. It says that it has full coverage, radiant finish, very hydrating, and it's really good for redness. I agree to all of those things. It's vegan and it brings 30 shades, but I find that it's pretty inclusive for a concealer. So the Rare Beauty concealer brings 0.25 ounces. The packaging, as I raved back when it came out, it's amazing. It's very delicate, very beautiful, and honestly smaller than this one. It's a little bit chubbier than the Tarte one, so it fits everywhere. It's really good for on the go as well. Brings a doe foot applicator. This actually brings 48 shades, which is kicking ass when it comes to inclusivity with Tarte, so keep that in mind. It costs $19, so there's a difference in $7 bucks. So this one's 26, this one's 19, so actually, Jesus, okay. There's the price difference, the inclusivity difference, and also this one brings like 0.03 ounces more. Not that anyone's counting, but just to keep in mind. So I'm gonna read you off the highlights that Sephora gives you for this one. It says it's medium coverage, liquid formula, radiant finish, good for dark circles, fine lines, without parabens, and vegan. So now that we know both of these products, let's just try them on. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to do the Rare Beauty on this side, and I'm going to do the Tarte Creaseless Concealer on this side and show you guys what that looks like. Okay guys, so this is what the concealer looks like. I know I'm super close, but I wanted to give you guys a close-up of what my under eyes look like. So this is without any concealer, and this is what my eye looks like with just one swipe of the Rare Beauty concealer. I honestly love the fact that it feels like nothing on your skin and that it doesn't highlight the lines in my under eyes. I know that some concealers say that they don't, but they do. And it doesn't. It looks very natural. And I really like it. So I'm gonna do the other side and we're gonna see the comparison of both. Hey guys, so this is the Tarte concealer. Let me give you a close up. So this is what it looks like. I know for a fact that it's a shade lighter than this one. This one's more of my skin color. As you can see, it doesn't highlight as much. However, I do see and I can tell that there is much more coverage on this side. And I don't know if you were able to see when I was applying it, but it's thicker. It's like a thicker consistency and it does blend out really well. But I feel, and this is, you know, this is me just like going super deep into like the little details. This side, I can see more of my fine lines than on this side. However, maybe it could be because the shade is lighter, so it highlights all the little things since it's not my same skin tone. I honestly feel that this side looks much more natural, much more coming from within. I don't even know if that makes sense, but it just looks like my skin, but you know, cared for. Totally. Yeah, I feel like this side, it might not cover as much, but when it comes to the consistency and the formula, I feel like it hides more my lines underneath my eyes more than this side. However, I know that the coverage here is much more fuller, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do a second shade of this one and see if I can build up the coverage to be the same as that one. Now that I did the second layer, I feel like the coverage matches up. And again, it doesn't highlight my little lines. I feel like because this product is stickier, it's like attaching to my fine lines, which is so funny because I used to not think of that. I used to think that it didn't highlight the fine lines. But if you can see, and I know that this sounds super intricate, but like if you can see, and when I do like this, on here, I can see separate lines being highlighted, where on this side I can only see one big one, which is, you know, the crease of my under eye, and that's it. Whereas on this one I feel like little lines being popped out, which at the end of the day, you know, part of doing makeup is that you want to, you know, either you want to look younger or you want to look fresher or you just want to highlight your beauty, and part of it is, you know, not wanting to see those little things. I'm not saying that that's bad, but that's honestly one of the purposes that I do. Like whenever I do my my under eyes, I want them to look nice and, you know, plain, and I feel like the Rare Beauty one achieves this way better than the Tarte one, so I was honestly a little surprised. I can see why I tend to pick up the Rare Beauty one a lot. It feels like nothing again. Like when I have the Tarte, I know for sure that I'm feeling makeup. Like I feel it. I can feel it sticky on my eye, so that's something to consider. I mean, at the end of the day, it's a lot of personal preference, but for me, I like to not feel like I have anything on. That's the most comfortable that I feel. Yeah, sometimes you want to go all out, but for me, it's just like that. It's personal preference. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do the rest of my face, and I'm gonna actually apply powder, because putting powder on a concealer makes a really big difference on how it will look. I like for my concealer to look just as radiant even after I powder. Obviously, I don't use any powder. I use my favorite powders, but I like it to look just as radiant even when I apply the powder itself. So I'm gonna do the rest of my face, and then we're gonna see what that looks like. Okay guys, so I'm back and I've done, you know, my whole face, and this is what the eye makeup looks like. As the makeup has settled up more, I still see the difference. Like this side highlights a little bit more my lines, but we're gonna set the makeup with my MAC Studio Mineralized Skin Finish Natural Powder. And we're gonna set it out, see what it looks like once it's up. Because the way that I like my concealer to look like, even when I set it, is for it to look radiant and to still look not wet, but very like still very hydrated and having a little bit of that glow still. So we're gonna pat this on both sides and see what that looks like. So after putting powder on them, I feel like they look just as radiant on both sides. This one looks a little bit more radiant, again, because it's thicker. It's a much much more potent consistency, let's call it. Either way, I still feel that because it's so sticky, it got tied up to all of my lines. I don't know why, apparently back when I tried this, it didn't have that before. I didn't have as many lines as before. But now I'm being so intricate about it, I feel like the Rare Beauty side is much more in there. I know that this one's more radiant, not more radiant, but more highlighty, which is what I typically use it for. Like sometimes I want to look much more defined. Like I want there to be a difference between like me contouring and having everything super highlighted like I have slept for 25 years. But sometimes, and most of the times, I like it being more like this, more like just blending with my skin. But other than that, I honestly feel like the Rare Beauty is a winner in this case. So I feel like, other than that, I find that I reach out more for the Rare Beauty. So I think we have a winner. Okay guys, so we went over price, size, and consistency. And I feel the Rare Beauty one is more versatile in the sense that even if you apply a little bit of the Tarte, like yeah, you can get a somewhat natural finish, but I feel like the Rare Beauty gives you so much more use in the sense that if you want something natural, if you want something more built up, you can actually get the best of both worlds while keeping it very much skin-like, while keeping it to feel like you have nothing on your skin, which is something that I'm really big on. I love the fact that it's $7 cheaper. Didn't know that. Now that I was looking into it, I was like, Jesus Christ, I thought they were kind of the same price range, but they're not. One's like significantly more expensive than the other. And I love Tarte concealers. Like Tarte, I feel like when it comes to the face products, I feel like they kick ass. And even with my sister who has more texture, who has different skin situations where she likes more coverage and she likes things to look more like good and hydrated, I feel like Tarte does give her that edge. But for me, when it comes to my concerns, I feel like the Rare Beauty concealer has done absolutely everything that I want while looking fresh and simple. And yeah, I feel like that's the winner for today. I would love to know if you've tried these concealers, like if you tried them both and you can see that difference that you saw in mine. Like I feel like it literally makes me feel older, this one. Maybe if I get a shade darker, it will look different, but this is what I have right now. And you know, it's what I'm still gonna stay with. I also love the fact that the Rare Beauty one has 48 shades. 48 shades. That's like, if not everyone, 99% of everyone, which I love. And who am I to say, but I love it. So yeah, you guys, I'd love to know if you've tried these before and if you think the same as I do, or if you find it different, or what other concealer do you feel like battles best with the Rare Beauty one? I'd love to do another battle with the concealer and see which one's gonna be the next one that's gonna be better and better for our budget, you know? Especially now that I'm moving, I know that I haven't been really active on giving updates, but I'm moving, got a piercing, planning on dyeing my hair as well. So a lot of changes, and yeah, I'd love to get back on track with filming and testing more products, but would love to know your favorite concealers, would love to know your thoughts on this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. You know what to do, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!